Like I work with a lot of athletes when they get out of their career. They made this massive sacrifice all their life to get to the NFL. They make that thing happen. They're only willing to do it once.
Right.
And when that's over, their identity's set on that thing forever. And they just repeat the stories from that time over and over.
That's right.
And I watch them have such a difficult second half of their life. I try to help them with that. I've watched it with business people. And you and I were talking off camera. So I've started to uncover with me the last couple of years that I've been on social media and teaching these things. And if you gave me that mirror test the last couple of years,
right,
that accountability mirror, when I look in it, I'm starting to look at a dude who used to do some crazy shit that was cool in his life, really accomplished some things. And all these accolades, people follow you, they listen to you, they think you're something special. You have that, I have that. Clearly the differences in our lives are too vast to even mention what you've achieved. The things you've overcome are completely different than mine. But I'm starting to realize something about myself that I want to give the audience a gift of, and I want you to talk about it. You know what? I've just accepted. I'm only going to be happy when I'm grinding for something.
That's right.
I'm only going to be happy when I'm growing. I don't want to talk about stuff I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do something great with my life. I don't know that I can get to the mental level you have, but I think everybody here needs to know something. If you just think you're going to do something temporarily once, man, you're going to be unhappy when it's over.
That's right.
How about you right now? When you look in the mirror right now, so Goggins looks in the accounting mirror today,
mm-hmm.
What does he see and what are your thoughts about that?
So, same with you.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with me was like, so who I was this nobody guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I created this Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
And that Goggins, there's David Goggins and there's Goggins. David Goggins is a calm, cool guy that sits back. Used to be a, weak kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's just a normal guy. Mm-hmm. Goggins is a guy that is willing to tape up his legs to go after it.
Mm-hmm.
In that book, you read about David Goggins and also Goggins. What I realized in my life is that Goggins is who I love.
Mm-hmm.
Goggins is who I created. Mm-hmm. My dad created David Goggins. I created Goggins. Mm-hmm. So what's happening with me, and since Can't Hurt Me came out, and since I got on social media, which is why I fucking don't like social media, which is why I'm not on there very much, which is why I give people one time, I have to do me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do me. So people get it fucking twisted, man. I am who I am.
Yeah.
What's in that book is me.
Yeah.
So now what they see is this guy who's trying to get people to get off their fucking ass.
Mm-hmm.
That just happened to happen, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't set out. When I set out to be a fucking SEAL and set out to go to Ranger School and all this other shit I did and break records, I didn't set out to fucking please motherfuckers.
Right.
I didn't set out to say, hey, pay me now. I got a great fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize now that my life has kind of gotten to a point where people know me,
mm-hmm.
I have followers and whatnot. The biggest depression of my life is you get caught up into helping so many people out, and it's great, and I love that, but you lose yourself in all of that shit.
Truth.
It literally, and people go, man, but my God, like you're changing. I get all that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
But what the fuck is motivating you in that book? What's motivating you is the fucking stories I'm telling you about what I did in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Once I stop living that, I'm no more.
Yes.
I am not the fucker that you are now being motivated from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So right now in the mirror, I now got back to Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now back to running 100 miles a week. I'm now back to getting the fuck. I saw and I talk to my girl about it all the time. You travel, you speak, you all this shit. Mm-hmm. It's all fucking great and dandy for most people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Goggins. What makes me is the dungeon. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and people go, well, oh my God, like they're gonna hear this, my God, you don't have any peace in your life. Don't get it fucking twisted. Mm-hmm. Weak people who hear me get all fucking poopy pants about how I talk. So be it. Mm. What changed me was I had to be hard on myself.
Yep.
And I have to continue to grind myself into a fine dust.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. That's where I feel good. Mm-hmm. I feel like I accomplished something. If things come easy, it's not fun. I must fail at something repeatedly. Mm-hmm. It has to haunt me. And then once I complete it, I feel like I accomplished something. I don't want to set out and say, oh, there's an A. We're good. It's fucking stupid. No, I want to turn it in 1,000,000 times and say you failed. You failed. And I say, okay, roger that. And sit there and analyze what I'm doing wrong. Go to these places that people don't go to anymore because all this fucking social media shit and everything's computerized. I want to go to that dark place in my mind and say, okay, how are we going to get this done?
I think the right people are happy when they're challenged by something. Like when they're pursuing something, when they're challenged, like when they're not where they could be.
Right.
When they're not who they could be.
Right.
And you and I were talking about this off camera. It's like, I just want everybody to understand this. This is from two people who are sort of in this space. We love helping people. We love making a difference. But what makes us make a difference is the pursuit of who we've been becoming, these challenges, you and all the different ways you have, and me and my way, and millions of people in their way too. Like, I don't want people to think, I just want to get to a place and cool it. Because you get to that place and cool it, I think you're going to be miserable.